So we are having what we're calling a staff chat today, and we thought we would share with you a little bit about some things that we've been having some Well, let me take this off so you can see me. We're going to talk a little bit about some of the things that we have in our staff meeting each week. We talk about how things are going in the church, events, and things that are coming up, and we thought we would just share with you a little bit about what we've been talking about lately as we kind of entered this new stage. The ARUMC is calling this stage 2.5, which basically is a fancy way of saying they've taken off the 50-person restriction on gatherings, and they've said, you know, if your facility is large enough to accommodate more people, and you can do it with social distancing, with 6 feet kind of bubbles, you can have larger gatherings. And so what we're going to be doing more of that, and our gatherings are still going to be relatively small, but we thought we'd talk a little bit about how some of the conversations we've been having in our staff meetings recently. And so you know, Manny, you were talking the other day, we were talking about some small gatherings both inside and outside the church, and you were sharing with me a little bit about how some of the things that you've got going on in children, youth, and family ministry. Why don't you share with us what you shared with us the other day?
Sure. Well, we've come back. Timothy team is back on Wednesdays. We have dinner at 4:45, and as you can see, we're socially distant. All the chairs are 6 feet apart. We're utilizing some of the new hand sanitizers we've gotten. Food is served with gloves and masks. Most of our games are socially distant. The basement is back right after that at 6:45 here in the fellowship hall. It kind of was a great coincide with the pandemic and the ministry center renovation. So we're in the fellowship hall regardless and having a great time. And kids church is now on Sundays for kids pre-K through 2nd grade. Halfway through the service, we take them out into the nursery area and do a little mini sermon and some songs and a snack, and it's a great time. So a lot of stuff that's rolling back the further we get into this, and a lot of cool things happening. And I think there's some stuff going on in worship arts too, right?
Yeah, for worship arts, we've been kind of bogged down with pandemic. Pandemic has canceled choir for us for the foreseeable future, and we're a little bummed out about that. But the good news is that handbells started back up last Wednesday. We are able to ring handbells while maintaining social distancing and not the dangers of singing or playing wind instruments. And so handbells meet Wednesday nights, and then hopefully in a few weeks you will get to see the handbells ringing in service by way of a video. So be watching for that in our worship services.
And we've also talked a lot lately, Dan, about how, you know, this pandemic has changed some of the responsibilities that you have in the church. You know, you were hired as a choir director and to lead worship and with some tech responsibilities, but it seems to have really shifted more to like you being kind of the tech guru these days and having to kind of make sure that our online worship presence is working and that we're able to record the service and things. And so why don't you share some of the kind of the tech upgrades that we've made lately, especially with regards to the fellowship hall and how that all fits in.
Mark, you're right. I've had to spend a considerable amount of my time watching videos about how to do things. I spend more time doing that than I ever did directing the choir. But some of the things that we've done is we've had to do a lot of upgrades to our technology equipment to make it so that our online presence is better. And hopefully you have seen some of those changes through the many weeks now that we've been online. I know we've had some hiccups here and there, especially recently, but we seem to be getting those things smoothed out through some technology upgrades and some upgraded internet access in the sanctuary. But one of the things that Clark mentioned that we've done is we're also making it so that we can have more people at worship every week by using the fellowship hall as what we call an overflow space. So if you come to church on Sunday morning and we have no more seats socially distanced in the sanctuary, you can come into the fellowship hall, and we have made arrangements to where you can see and hear the service on the screen here in this room.
I think that's a wonderful how we're using the space that we already have, even though as we're continuing to create space over in the ministry center. So the fellowship hall really is going to become really a fellowship hall this fall. This is going to be the hub of a lot of our activity because it is one of our larger spaces. So we're sitting around kind of a table here. This is going to be where some of our small groups are going to be meeting. I know a lot of them have met in their homes in the past, and we want to get back to that, but kind of as a first step back to getting our small groups, our connection groups meeting again. Some of them will be meeting here in the fellowship hall. Some will meet in the Wesley room. Some are going to still meet via Zoom, which is a nice for us to have that technology for those that aren't comfortable yet meeting in person but want to continue to be connected. And so the nice thing is we actually have something going on in this space from like Sunday through Thursday now, starting here in about 2 weeks on October 4th. We'll have a group meeting here on Sunday evenings. We'll have one on Monday evenings. We've got a group that meets on Tuesday evenings. We have one that's meeting in Wesley Room on Wednesday mornings, and then a group that's meeting here Thursday nights. And then, of course, we have all that's going on with the basement and the Timothy team here on Wednesday evenings as well. So we're beginning to kind of rev things back up again and have things, and we're doing it in a safe and socially distant way, which is kind of exciting. The other thing is some of you may want to join a group. Maybe you haven't been a part of a group in the past, and so we do have some groups that have some space, and so if you're interested in being a part of that, you let me know and we can get you plugged into one of those groups. But before we have all the small groups meeting, we have something big happening this Sunday, right?
Yeah, before that, Sunday night, we're having our church picnic in the grassy area at the amphitheater at 5 o'clock. So it's bring your own food. We're going to kind of stay socially distant. We are going to have some activities for kids and some families, and we're going to take communion together, which will be really special. So I hope you join us Sunday. The weather's looking gorgeous, sunny and 80, so it's going to look great. And so I hope to see you there this weekend, Sunday at 5 o'clock.
We just really hope that you've enjoyed kind of our little staff chat. These are just kind of a little bit of what we talk about on a weekly basis as we're seeking to do what we can in this time in this pandemic. And so hope that you've enjoyed this, and we look forward to seeing you soon in church or online or in many of the other ways that we're going to be connecting this fall. See you soon.